Last chapter of Chainsaw Man, Fujimoto gave us hope that Denji might finally finish his biggest dream of getting laid, and this week we received one of the chapters of all time. Chapter 166 starts by Katana Man suggesting taking Denji to one of his brothels, but Asa, the killjoy she is, immediately refuses that idea. Obviously no one would be thinking about sex when you're at your lowest point, but clearly Asa underestimates Denji's intentions. Because once she looks back at him, all the depression he had last chapter vanishes from his face and is replaced by wonder and curiosity. Nayuta? Food? That doesn't matter right now. After using every brain cell in his head, he comes to the obvious conclusion that him being depressed is more than likely because he hasn't jerked off in a while. I can't blame him, testosterone can make you do some stupid shit, so it surely has something scientific about his theory. Asa obviously wouldn't understand what Denji is feeling, so he searches for affirmation from his fellow men, only to be met with silence and averted gazes. Asa shouts at him, questioning if he is even worried about Nayuta, which he obviously is, but he is either too stupid or stubborn enough to realize that he should just backtrack on his initial theory, ending the conversation in an awkward silence. Of course, as everything else in Denji's life, his trip to the brothel didn't end exactly as planned, seeing it completely burned down to the ground. To make matters even worse, rain starts pouring over them. Reaching a breaking point, Denji falls down to the ground, cursing himself for always letting his instincts take over instead of focusing on what needs to be done, cursing his shallow nature that he tries to cover with more justifiable reasons. But the truth is that be it now or even back during his talk with Kishibe, Denji's true goal was always to have sex with as many people as possible, and he finally understands the consequences of such shallow thoughts. Yet also, at this very moment, he understood what has been causing all of his problems. He says one of the most relatable lines for any male on this planet in any media created by man. "It's always my dick's fault. It ruins everything around me," he shouts while crying in the pouring rain. I have never, and I mean never, felt another character was so much like me ever since Johnny Joestar. Truly the greatest protagonist in manga, nay, in literature. So, as Denji is screaming his heart out and everyone looks over him in pity, Yoru decided to take matters into her own hands and fix Denji's problem herself. She takes over control from Asa and suggests to rip his dick off, releasing him of all of his troubles. And with that statement, the chapter ends. Truly, another addition to Fujimoto's peak cinema. So, would Denji agree to this? Would Asa obtain a dick sword? Or would Reze unexpectedly come back into the story to show Yoru how to properly cut off a body part from Denji? Only time will tell.